God. You haven't seen anything. There's two.
Shut up.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you get twins?
Alyssa, what the heck? I'm so jealous.
Earrings.
Yeah!
Hi everyone, my name's Kyle and I'm the founder of Island Pearl Traders. As a pearl merchant, I'm truly fascinated in pearls. There's so many fun facts about pearls that most people don't realize. Sometimes they're referred to as the living gem because they're the only precious gemstone that's created by a living creature, an oyster. They're also completely unique, just like a fingerprint. There's no pearl that's identical. They can have great value as well. There's a pearl that's located at Ripley's Believe It or Not in New York City that is valued at $100 million. It's the biggest pearl ever discovered, weighing in at 75 pounds. Liz Taylor had a necklace that sold in 2011 at an auction for $11.8 million, really featuring one beautiful pearl. They also have been referenced in the Bible 9 times. And my personal favorite story is whenever the master teacher gathers his students around and shares this story. He says, "The kingdom of heaven is like a pearl merchant that is seeking pearls of great price. And whenever he discovers a pearl of great value, he sells everything that he has to buy this pearl." The intent of what God was trying to say is that what he has to offer is of greater value than what the world has to offer. Now, as I grew up throughout my life, I didn't believe in that. I did not believe that what God had to offer me was of greater value than what the world had to offer me. And so I spent my days finding out, what does the world have to offer? But then in my mid-20s, me and a few of my friends were out and about, up to no good, and the Spirit of God spoke to my heart. It was the first time that I ever heard the voice of God in my own life, and I remember it like it was yesterday. He said, "Kyle, if you don't change, your life will never be the same." I didn't know what that meant exactly, but with every single fiber in my being, I knew that the path that he was offering was of far greater value than the path that I was on. And unfortunately, I was about to lose my ticket to that path, and there were going to be things that I would miss out on if I didn't choose to change paths. I told my friends, I'm done. And I changed paths. Looking back on it, I can see some of the different things that I would have missed out on. For example, one of the first steps that I took was I started going to church again. It was at that very church that I met my beautiful wife, who's way out of my league. It was also at that church that I was given a job, actually at the church, offered a job, and that job was the first step to lead me to where I am today as the founder of Island Pearl Traders. And going in on 20 years of following this path, I look back and I can see so many blessings and so many things that I would have missed out on if I have chose not to surrender my life to God. We often give the analogy that our hearts are like this. It's like this is our being. We're holding on to the things of this world. And the only way to truly let God and choose God's path for you is to open up your heart and let go. That means that you have to let go of some of the things that you're holding on to, which is really what I didn't want to do. So I know that that's the hardest part. But let me tell you, as a pearl merchant, I can tell you the pearl is worth the price. And I would encourage you to choose to open up your heart and let God in, start the process, whatever it may be. Because I know there's got to be a next step. For me, it was going to church. It was starting to walk differently. I left the lifestyle that I was living. I know that there's probably something to consider, and not to say that you're just going to be convinced because some guy does this video or whatever. And so, but I know it's worth it. So